just going to be a quick update about what we've been doing as part of the Platforma network and kind of thoughts about how we're going to be developing it next year as well. So this year, as you know, we've been organising a programme of events and exhibitions that have been designed to kind of provide platform opportunities for artists in the network. So I'm already looking around the room and I know that a lot of you have already been involved, which is brilliant really. So the first event that we had was a live music performance as part of a festival in Nottingham, which Goodwin performed at, which was fantastic. And Goodwin just told me earlier that we've got a few gigs off the back of it as well. Yeah, which is brilliant. Really pleased to be able to kind of get involved with that. I've also been running some short film screenings around the East Midlands. Jacinth been doing some of your showing one of your short films. Galen as well, who was here earlier, and a few other artists as well. And those short film screenings have been taking place in our mini moving image gallery, which is a caravan that we've converted into a cinema, basically. So I take it to city centre locations, plonk it in the middle of town and showcase works and talk to people about Platforma and about the artworks and about the artists and kind of get work out there a little bit. Also what we've done as well is put together an exhibition that's taking place at Leicester's Curve Theatre, and it opens on the 12th of October, and I know at least 4 people here are involved in that, which is brilliant. And that exhibition is going to be on the mezzanine in Curve Theatre, and it's going to be from the 12th of October to the 9th of November. I'll send out a bit more information about it to the mailing list. I don't know if you've already had some information about it, but I'll send out another reminder just to say come and see it. So we've got some painting, we've got some moving image, poetry, and also sculpture as well. So it's sort of a little taster exhibition, so it's not huge, but it's nice to sit on the mezzanine, and hopefully it will attract some audiences, people who are coming to see performances at the theatre, but also people who might just want to come in and see the exhibition. So over the next few weeks I'm going to be working quite hard at marketing it and getting people to come and see it, and again talking to people about Platforma and about the artworks and about the artists. So that's our exhibition, and then also we've got another live music event coming up as well in Nottingham, at Nottingham Contemporary on the 1st of November, and that will be, we've got a band called Les Lous, who are a Congolese band, and also based in, are they Derby or Nottingham? Derby. And also a band called Crossings Band, who are based in the northeast, and they performed at last year's Platforma Festival in London. So that should be a good night. So I'll send out lots of information about that as well, and it'd be really nice to see everyone there. In terms of what we want to do next, it's sort of, I'll be putting together an Arts Council application to, if everyone, is happy about kind of the events and exhibitions that we've been doing, and getting artists involved in exhibiting. That's what I'd quite like to carry on with, and maybe provide some more live music events and platform opportunities next year too. But also, from what I've heard today, people have got some quite good ideas for projects, and maybe what some people might need is a bit of support in helping develop those and helping write, maybe finding sources of funding and writing applications and things. Am I right about that? Or yeah. Okay. So it might be that I might be able to write in some information about getting capacity for getting funding to be able to support artists in writing funding bids as well, which would be good. So I'm kind of putting that idea together at the moment. But has anyone got any kind of ideas about what other support or provision that might be needed to help with your own work? Because I can maybe take some of those ideas on board as well for next year.
In terms of I think it's quite good if we're going to just flagship those days, the dates, for some dates. So with some of what it takes time to produce. And sometimes you get a date, maybe try maybe 2 months away, maybe don't give not enough time to register kind of the level of to exhibit. So if you've got a calendar for next year, you really know the dates where you're going to do exhibitions.
Yeah.
If you just send us to us, then
send out information a bit sooner.
Yeah,
So,
sure.
I think also I was going to think about, talk about, when we have exhibition this time, try to encourage people that write reviews about the exhibition this time.
Yeah.
I think because we have a lack of reviews in our, let's say, refugee art organization, and we just put work up there, and not much reviews.
So it's about sort of feedback in the press.
Yeah, and that's what's one of the sort of things that the Arts Council wants, to feedback and think about your work, and maybe try to encourage people.
Yeah, that's really useful to know actually. Maybe for the launch next week, I can see if we can get some people along.
But also, when you do your exhibition, you've got one coming up, haven't you?
Yeah.
Like we can call up like radio and maybe request yourself to get some.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send I haven't sent the invitation to those people as well. So
Call them.
yeah.
So maybe sort of some support in marketing your own exhibitions as well. Would that be helpful?
Yeah, I've done the Facebook invitation.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the ideas about the Long Journey Home quite some time ago now was to try and get curators from various different galleries around East Midlands together, and for artists to go along with their portfolios, just to kind of give them some ideas of some of the issues and whatever. So I think that would be a really a good project, really.
That's a nice idea.
Yeah.
So you can get sort of critique, I suppose.
Just have a general chat with a range of galleries. How can you get your work on?
Yeah. And next year as well, as part of the National Platforma project, because it's something the network kind of extends all across the country, the national coordinators are going to be hosting a festival, similar to what they did last year, where artists and bands were invited to kind of submit applications to perform at the festival and things like that. So just to give you a heads up that they haven't arranged the venue or the date for it yet, but as soon as they do, they'll then start putting information out about it. So I can obviously sort of send that out to everyone in the network just to say there's some opportunities coming up to perform and to showcase artwork as well. And that's going to be in Manchester this year, next year even, probably around autumn time. And I don't expect anyone to have any ideas at the moment, but if you have a think about this a bit later on, just drop me an email. They're looking at kind of ideas for themes for the festival as well. So if you've got an exhibition idea, or if you've got, they're going to be holding talks and discussions as well. So if there's like a talking point that you'd like seen discussed at the festival, then that's quite a good one to sort of send over to me. And any suggestions basically about what you might like to see at the Platforma Festival, just email the ideas over to me, and I'll obviously pass them on to the national coordinators, and they'll take them on board and have a look and see what can be done.
Sorry, would you support artists to have their solo exhibitions, or only you support group artists?
At the Platforma Festival?
Yeah.
I don't know actually. I think probably group exhibitions, purely because that means that we can get lots more artists involved. But the one thing that they mentioned not long ago was potentially having the festival as a bit of a fringe festival and getting some other smaller venues in Manchester involved. So smaller cafes and galleries and things like that. So if there was a potential to get a partner venue involved, and you had some artworks that you wanted to have as a solo exhibition, I think that's something that I could kind of pose to the national coordinators and see what they thought about it.
How about if you do it in a slideshow? Say 20, 30 of your painting in a slideshow?
Could work quite well actually, because the venues that they're looking at, they're obviously looking at ones that have got provision for presentations and projectors and things, so that might be able to work. Yeah. It depends if you wanted your artworks there physically or if you wanted pictures of them, but yeah, it could work. But I'll ask that to the national coordinators and see what they come back with, and I'll let you know what it says.
One thing that London counterpoint exhibition we had,
Yeah.
there was a lot of artists across the nations, communities and stuff. There, like is it the festival you're talking about is going to be the same, or is it just going to focus on?
They're not sure if they're going to have one group exhibition like the Counterpoint exhibition that they had last year. At the moment, it depends on how much funding they've got available to be able to deliver an exhibition of that scale again. But I don't know whether anything's confirmed or sort of.
Yeah, because that's one of the things I think is really important. I mean, we talked about it before, that having an exhibition that includes or invites, that sort of becomes the objective becomes bridging between, let's say, artists from refugee background or communities with local artists. Now, if you have an exhibition that involves both sides, both communities, it will be much better than just.
I'll send that suggestion as well.
Because that was one of the strengths of counterpoint that I found. It was.
Yeah.
I just don't have a computer these days for writing. What can I get help for art council to go on?
I don't know actually. That was probably a question for Sarah, but she's not.
I think, they do give funding for equipment, but I mean, laptop is an equipment, so I'm sure it is.
You need to give a very good reason why you wanted it.
Yeah.
Why you should get it. As opposed
Like the
to
wall
just
for
everybody,
camera and
you know what I
stuff.
mean? You've got to give a good reason. Yeah. It's got to be about the art.
Yeah.
It takes like a question mark.
Not just surprising.
Yeah.
I'm going to be putting together a proposal to the Arts Council to develop Platforma a bit further, and if there's something that I can build into it to be able to help support what you're doing in terms of sort of putting project ideas together, then that would be really handy to know. So,
There was talk of a Persian project there, I understand. It'd be nice to maybe try and move that one forward. Maybe talk about it to you or Anybody else immediately want anything they want?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Me and my band, we've been working on this album. It's taking years and taking long because it's self-sustained. Right now, I think I'll be releasing one single from my album. It's called The Good President. It's more political. It's not reggae though, because I know we kind of changed the genre this time. It's Afrobeat called The Good President. It's more political and it's one of the songs that we want to release, but we wanted to help in releasing it and probably doing a video for it. We just want to release a single first before we proceed in releasing the whole album and see the response. So if you could help in doing all that, please.
So sorry, just wanted to go back again. Help in coming up with a video.
Yeah.
And then release your release a single.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay. So we need some video makers. We need some video filmmakers floating about who can do some fancy stuff with a group of people being silly on whatever.
You've done music videos before.
We might be able to.
Oh yeah.
We might be able to help that.
No editing.
If you can use our studio concepts, we can, we've got that big studio to do the filming.
It's got equipment.
We've got
Recording
lights.
and editing.
We've got lights. Can find you something.
Oh, you mind if you've got equipment?
Yeah.
We haven't got camera. We haven't got professional camera.
No, that's the problem. It's bloody professional cameras.
Broadway, I still have them, I think, today.
Broadway is charging.
It's got one, hasn't it?
Broadway is charges £1,000.
It's expensive, aren't they?
£1,000
Yeah,
for
it's not
deposit.
around. It's not around.
Yeah.
So I will sometimes just let you.
No,
Really.
that's wrong.
Okay, all right. So that is a potential project that we might be able to do if we can get hold of a camera. Because Alan's up for it, yeah. You're good at doing stuff. Deesh potentially got a studio space that we can use and stuff, yeah. So it's just getting hold of a camera. Okay, all right. I'll bang that down. I'll get back to somebody sometime.